Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the University of Alaska Fairbanks campus. We are back at home with a doubleheader tonight, a busy weekend coming up here for Alaska Nanook Athletics. We have got 4 basketball games and 2 hockey games in the span of 3 days, and we've got a rifle team and a rifle match going on as well. And we'll go over all the things happening, but we're about ready to get this one underway with your Alaska Nanooks taking on the visiting Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. The Nanooks getting their first GNAC victory out on the road last week, so we'll see if we can get that one going here. Northwest Nazarene coming in with a 12-6 overall mark and 6-3 in the GNAC. They are tied for 4th place in the GNAC standings, and the Nanooks 6-11 overall, and now 1-8. They are 9th in the 10 teams of the GNAC here. Seattle Pacific still looking for their first victory, so we'll see if Nanooks can keep a little win streak going on here at home as we get ready for a busy weekend of Nanook Athletics. About 18 below coming into the Patty Center here as we get ready to get this one underway. We're going to get ready to send it down to our public address announcer and meet our starting lineups.
Athletics welcomes you to the Alaska Airlines Gymnasium for today's game featuring the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks and your Alaska Nanooks. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special acknowledgement this time, so I would, if you would please remain seated for just a minute. The Alaska Nanooks would like to take a moment to recognize the faculty and staff at UAF in appreciation for all of the work they do to help students achieve academic success. So we would like to invite everyone in our audience today who is a faculty or staff member here at UAF to please stand up so that we can thank you.
Please stand up.
So excited for next year's staff
Thank
appreciation,
you
so I
to
can
all
go
of you
and
for
Brian
making
Crandall.
UAF a great place to work and to be a student. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please, at this time, stand and, if you are able, and remove your hats for the presentation of colors by the UAF Color Guard and the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Spokane,
Which we thought
Washington.
we get our
Number
line.
1, Chloe DeHaro. At forward, a 5'10" sophomore
loved
from
it.
Melba, Idaho. Number 3, Kendall Clark. At guard,
It's just
a
intimidating
5'7"
around.
senior from Melba, Idaho. Number 4, Kate Clark.
Sisters.
At forward, a 6' senior from Kennewick, Washington. Number 23,
They look a lot alike.
Madeline Gabers. And at forward, a 5'10" sophomore from Eugene, Oregon. Number 30,
My sister went to high school with her.
Did you take them?
Yeah, she went to Dowling Catholic in Iowa.
assistants, Dallas Jordana, Jordan Pinson,
She's not a good person, let me just say that.
Timmy Felicia, and their head coach in his ninth season is Steve Steele.
I said what I said.
The starting lineups for your Alaska Nanos. At guard, a 5'6" junior from Montana Ranch, California. Number 4, Billy Freeman. At guard, a 5'8" senior from Heron, Utah. Number 15, Jada Van Dyke. At guard, a 6' senior from Anchorage, Alaska. Number 22, Destiny Ryan.
She is.
I think he was looking at Bobby's right above him.
A 5'5" junior from Cathlamet, Washington. Number 24, Melinda Lomax.
He just gave her 3 inches.
And at the center, a 6'4" sophomore from West Jordan, Utah. Number 30, Amelia Brady. Your assistant coaches for the Knights, Armando Mackey and Milo Griffin. And your head coach in her 3rd season is Amy Donovan.
All right, we've got our starting lineups all set, and we're ready to get this one underway. These two teams met down in Nampa, Idaho on January 4th, and the Nighthawks winning that one by a score of 115-90. So a very high-scoring event there. So I believe the Nanooks had set or tied a record for three-pointers, hitting 16 in that contest. So I'll be watching for a fast-paced game if that first meeting is any indication. We are underway in the Nanooks in the home white jerseys. NNU in the red. Nanooks control the opening tip. This is Lomax with it. Finds the seam, gets inside, puts it up. That one's short, may have been partially blocked. And stepping out of bounds after getting the rebound are the Nighthawks' Kendall Clark. Kendall Clark, a 5'10 sophomore, and her sister, Kate Clark, 5'7 senior, out there together. Jada Van Dyke getting the start for Alaska. Officials making sure they have got the shot clock all set. Steve Steele, the head coach for the Nighthawks in his 9th season. Reimer shakes the defender. And she scores. Destiny Reimers with 28 points as the Nanooks picked up their first GNAC win against Seattle Pacific. So definitely going to be a key there. Boy, and the Nighthawks now 2 times have stepped out on the baseline on both ends of the floor. So Alaska will get it right back. Full court pressure by NNU. Reimers gives it up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke across the timeline, hangs on to it. Kick out 3, and that one too long. And an easy rebound for Madeline Gabers. Nighthawks, open shot from the corner, and that one off the iron. Reimers with the body comes in and takes the rebound away. Nice cross-court pass. Here's a 3 by Lomax, and she drains it. Miranda Lomax. 5-0 start for Alaska. Now we just see if they can just keep this going. And there's a little shot inside, and that one goes for Kendall Clark. Lomax will bring it up now for Alaska. Van Dyke, open baseline three, and good! Jada Van Dyke hits that three from the corner. And Reimers with the steal. And she's able to save it and come back in and get it herself. And Van Dyke puts it in. 5 points for Van Dyke and a quick timeout as Alaska jumps out to an 8-point lead. So Steve Steele going to take the timeout. It's going to stretch to a full, so we'll take a timeout as well.
Campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
All right, welcome back here as the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks take a quick timeout as Alaska comes out firing away. Jada Van Dyke with 5 points, won a deep three, and then a nice easy put in there off the assist from Destiny Reimers. So both teams going to take every single bit of this 60-second timeout. We've got the men's game following this one as the men take on Simon Fraser, and Simon Fraser was on the airplane I was on last night coming back from Arizona, but they were on the plane from Seattle to Fairbanks, and two of the players were sitting next to me, but they got a 7-footer, and when you see him come on the plane, it's like, man, how uncomfortable is that? But he did get the emergency exit aisle with this no seat in front of him, so he was able to stretch out, but man, he had to duck. He was almost hitting the top of the ceiling of the airplane. But they did say, and I was talking to them, that they have revenge on their mind as Nanoks beat them by 2 at home to start out the season or start out 2025. Rebound off the Nighthawks, so Alaska will get it right back. 2 minutes gone in our opening quarter. Van Dyke picked up. She'll put it down and bring it up and sends it down to Emily Freeman. Freeman looking inside, nothing there, gives it up to Lomax at the point, goes left side, challenges the defender, draws a double team. Reimers with it, works off the screen from Lomax, and now drives in and switches hands, and she scores. Reimers now with 4 for Alaska, and Alaska out to a double-digit lead. 2.5 gone in the opening quarter. Oh, and that one partially blocked on the pass. Nanook defenders all watching their players. Nanook's in a man-to-man and finding a seam and scoring with the left hand is Kate Clark. Kendall Clark and Kate Clark, both with field goals for the 4 points for the Nighthawks. Open underneath and foul and go to the free throw line for the first time in the contest as Amelia Brady draws the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul's going to go on Bo Brugman, 5'10 sophomore, first foul in the game. And Clark. First attempt kind of thunks off the back of the iron. Second one. Boy, same thing. And here comes the Nighthawks looking to push the pace. Trailing by 8. That one no good. Reimers doing a great job on the board on the block out. Reimers leading the Nanoks with 13.9 points per game. That's also 10th in scoring in the GNAC. Oh, nice pass as it gets through. Van Dyke's got to do something with it and able to throw it off the shin of one of the NNU players. And we'll get our first substitution in here for Alaska, and that'll be Bobby Clark. And Amelia Brady will take a breather over on the Alaska bench. Van Dyke finds Clark, and Lomax with a quick release. No good, and here comes NNU off to the races. 3 ball on the way. Long rebound. Clark pulls that one down and gives it up to Lomax. Airing it out, and Clark with it at the free throw line. Finds Lomax coming in, and Lomax in and out. Boy, that thing was in the cylinder, and it kicks out. Kate Clark now back out on top. Janae Wells into the contest now for the Nighthawks. Shot at the free throw line, and that one goes for Kendall Clark, and she has got 4 of the Nighthawks' 6. Well, Alaska this time, the pressure too much in the backcourt, and they turn it over. And Tristan Martin will come in for the Nanooks, and Emily Freeman, 5'6" junior, will head over to the bench for Alaska. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to have Taylor Pilot tonight, as she has got sweatpants on, and she has got a bandage on her nose. I know last time here at home, she had taken a hard shot, and Van Dyke from behind, and sure she didn't mean to do that, maybe just getting caught up as the defender or the ball handler kind of dribbled in front of her. Again, you got the men's team coming up next, taking on Simon Fraser. Out on top, Nanook's going to stay man-to-man. Reimers, boy, they got around her. She had almost had her hand on the ball. And that's Kate Clark. So all the scoring here between the Clark sisters. Lomax draws a double team, and that's going to leave somebody open, but picking the pass off is Loy Wade. And fast break opportunity. And again, boy, they step on that blue line. And another turnover here for NNU. Nanooks had a 10-point lead. Now it's down to 4 as we're just under the midway point of the first quarter. Martin finds Reimers. Reimers to Clark, gets the defender up, and she scores. Bobby Clark. 4 Nanooks now into the scoring column. 6-point lead for Alaska. Clark holds her ground. Doing a great job, and Reimers will come in and clean up that miss. Reimers trying to get control of the dribble, looking for some help, and gets it off Tristan Marsh. She had to get rid of it. There was 5-second count was coming. Oh, wide open underneath, and Clark recovers and gets a hand on it. And Taylor Tiulana come in for Alaska, and Shaughnessy Davis and Danica Starr. So Nighthawks getting a lot of bench play right now. Wade hangs on to it. Martin picks her up and over the top. Van Dyke with the rebound. Finds Reimers, and Reimers surveying the floor. Still got Clark ahead of her, and she's going to hang on to it. Go coast to coast and score. Reimers with 6 to lead all scorers. Boy, and a walk on Shaughnessy Davis, 5'8" senior out of Tacoma, Washington. Nighthawks going to stay full court pressure. Nanook ladies play at noon Saturday afternoon, and the men following that one at 2:15. And a blocking foul going to go on the Nighthawks, their second. And Reimers will get a pair. Her first trip to the free throw line. Nanooks right now 0 for 2 from the stripe. Nanooks cold right now at the free throw line. First one rolls in good. Reimers now with 7 of Alaska's 17. Again, 28, a game high for her in that win against Seattle Pacific. And the 3-ball rattles around and putting it up and in. Count it and going to the line for 1. Gaber's first basket. Lomax will be coming back in for the Nanooks, and Reimers will get a well-deserved. Well, no, Reimers has to stay out there as it was Van Dyke getting subbed out. At the line, shooting the harm and making it three-point play. Gabers. Chloe DeHaro back in for NNU. Reimer's got to be careful, as you can see the head coach, Steve Steele. Well, let's see. Now we're going to get a foul on Shaughnessy Davis. But you can see Steve Steele kind of showing that Reimers gave a little push off, and he's actually talking to Destiny, and she is smiling. Not sure it's all good words. Tijuana kind of a stutter step right there as Reimers and Clark right next to each other on that low block, and here comes a fast break opportunity and squandered as Loy Wade never had control of the dribble. And they whistle her for a double dribble and another turnover here on the Nighthawks. See if the Nanooks can take advantage of that. Tijuana. She had a tough time with her dribble. Gives it back up to Lomax. Shaughnessy Davis out on Lomax now. Reimer is going to work through the Clark screen and feeds it to her immediately on the roll. Boy, a quick whistle there. And a held ball with a possession arrow favoring the Nighthawks. Going to be key for Alaska to kick attempt there by Lomax, and they'll whistle her for that. And Kendall Clark back in. Clark with 4 points so far in the contest. But Alaska has struggled with some quarters, some low scoring or no scoring in quarters, so they're going to have to put together 4 solid quarters, and there's a travel on Danica Starr picking up that pivot foot. Official right on top of that one, so Alaska again, see if they can capitalize on this turnover. Get some points off turnovers. And try not to repay the turnover favor. Tijuana. Clark will hold her ground on that screen. They'll find her, and she'll hand it off to Reimers. Reimers, nice behind the back dribble, spin move in the paint, and she scores. Reimers pulling all of it out. Going to the bag of tricks early. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 8-point Alaska lead. Up over the top. Quick release three. As the shot clock went off. So Clark will sub out, and Amelia Brady will come back in for Alaska. Lomax will have Chloe DeHaro on her. Gives it up to Brady. Brady finds Reimers inside. Reimers is feeling it. 11 points for Destiny here in the first quarter. Nice bullet pass inside, and Brady will get that foul. Well, maybe no. It's going to go on Destiny Reimers. And that's 2 now on Reimers, so now she's going to come out, and Van Dyke will come back in. Definitely don't want her picking up a third one here with 92 seconds to go in the first quarter. Martin gets that rebound but throws it away. And let's see who that's going to go on. Maybe Lomax, as she is talking to herself. Could be on Van Dyke. Or Tristan Martin. Take your choice. Whoever was near the ball. Martin was kind of clearing out, so we've got 2 coming up here. That's the 4th team foul on Alaska. Nanooks back to a 10-point lead. First free throw, no good. Nighthawks now 1 out of 2 from the line. And no good as Brady pulls down the rebound and clears it out. Martin. She is called for a travel. Emily Freeman back in, and Taylor Tijuana will head over to the bench. Reimers will move up. Amy Donovan in her 3rd season as the leader of the Alaska Nanook women's basketball team. Martin has it knocked out of her hands, and Lomax, oh boy, she was looking up at Brady. Brady had her back to her. Lomax now hits Brady. Lomax for 3. And Shaughnessy Davis pulls down the rebound. And boy, she is always pushing the pace and goes all the way and scores. That's her first basket, 30 seconds to go. There's about a half-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Lomax. Nanooks not having to rush anything here. Set up for that final shot, and again, about a 1/10 of a second maybe differential between the shot and the game clock as it's now down to 5. Lomax finds Brady open, and she scores. And that will do it for the first quarter, with Alaska leading here by 10, 23-13. We'll take a quick timeout.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Great first quarter here for the Alaska Nanooks. Able to go to the break with a 10-point lead. You got 11 points for Destiny Reimers and 5 for Jada Van Dyke. 4 points apiece for Kendall Clark and Kate Clark to lead Northwest Nazarene. And again, we mentioned it's going to be a big thing for Alaska to play 4 solid quarters of basketball and not get into that low scoring or no scoring start out to the second half here. So the Nanooks, great first quarter. And again, I see Taylor Pilot over there with, looks like a bandage that you would have for a broken nose possibly, as she is in sweatpants today. And also Hallie Warham over there in her sweatpants with a knee brace and her knee, left knee all wrapped up. So I'm not sure, I haven't heard if that's a season-ending injury that she's got going on. Nanooks will get it here to start the second quarter, leading by 10. Reimers. Oh, and they're going to call her for the walk as she was trying to draw the foul as she got double-teamed and ran right into the defenders. Shaughnessy Davis gives it up to Sadie Clemens. I believe this is Clemens' first time into the game, and she gets inside and scores. Sadie Clemens, a 5'8" junior out of El Paso, Texas. Getting to breathe in some of that cold Alaskan air here. Oh, up and under. Kendall Clark now with 6 and a 4-0 run to start second quarter here for the Nighthawks. And boy, are they pesky right now on the defense. Reimers gets free inside. Brady unable to finish. The Nanooks need to stop here. And that one last touch by the Nighthawks. Again, a 4-0 start here for the Nighthawks in this second quarter. Lomax, who tries to feed it in through traffic, and getting down on it is Kendall Clark. And here comes Davis again, hangs on to it. She'll send it back out on top and set the offense. Quick release three on the way. Air ball's out, and Alaska will let that one go. And Bobby Clark back in for the Nanooks. And Loy Wade returns for NNU. Van Dyke will give it up to Lomax as the double team starts coming to the ball, and Reimers sends it out for a long three. Just off the mark by Freeman, but Reimers with the rebound. Still with it. Pulls up a jumper at the free throw line. Into the hands of the Nighthawks, and quickly back they come, and they'll launch a three, and that one is good for Madeline Gabers. She has got 6. It's a 7-0 start here, now just a 3-point game. And Clark is fouled from behind. She'll go to the free throw line. It's going to go on Madeline Gabers. Just hit that 3. So Alaska had a 10-point lead at the start of the second quarter, now down to 3, and Clark seeing if she can get the first basket in this second quarter. Second chance coming up. And that one is good. 4-point Alaska lead. Clark doing a good job of just denying anything coming inside. Now they feed it in. Brugman. 3 from the sideline, no good. Reimers had it, lost it. Stolen away by Clemens. She'll kick it out to Haro. Fouled on the 3-point attempt, and she'll go to the free throw line for 3. Jada Van Dyke picks up her second, and Martin will come replace her. Destiny Reimers out there with 2 personals. She picked both those up in the first quarter. Nighthawks with it now, way out on top, and Lomax going to come out and handle the point guard. Clemens gets past Martin and scores. Sadie Clemens, 4 points in the game, all here in the second quarter. Oh, and here's a steal in the backcourt, and they score. And Kate Clark picks up her 6th point, and we are tied at 24. And head coach Amy Donovan going to take a timeout, and I believe that'll turn into a 60-second timeout, but, well, they signaled 30, so we'll just keep it here for right now. Usually that becomes a media timeout, but maybe so close to just still close to that 7-minute mark. Maybe not right now. So tie game here. 11-1 differential here in favor of NNU, so a 10-point swing, and that ties us up. So that erases that 10-point lead for Alaska as they had in the first quarter. Taking a look at some of the Nook notes here. The Nanooks have received 26 points from its bench this season, the second most in the GNAC. Nanooks, or the Nighthawks, dropped their last game January 25th, falling to St. Martin's 79-58. Before that, they were on a 6-game winning streak, and they're led by sophomore forward Kendall Clark, ranking 4th in the GNAC with a 16.1 points per game average and averaging 7.7 rebounds per game. So it'll be Alaska ball coming out of the timeout. And again, the Nighthawks will set up full court pressure. Nanox did a good job in that first quarter handling it. Right now, though, having a little struggle with it here in the second quarter. Reimers draws the double team, gives it up to Lomax. Lomax throws that one away, but stepping out of bounds was Loy Wade. So the Nanox, see if they can recognize, boy, you get those double teams down there in almost a triple team situation. Someone's going to be open. Lomax now directing traffic. Martin will clear out, comes up, sets the screen, and Lomax gets hounded. And she goes inside. She's fouled, and she scores. Miranda Lomax now with 5 and an opportunity to make it 6 in the game. Shaughnessy Davis will come back in as Kate Clark heads over to the bench. Lomax with the three-point old-fashioned. 6 points for her. Nanox lead back to 3. Clark challenges. And Lomax. Reimers up ahead of her. Now she'll hit Clark in the middle. Clark puts that one up. Off-balance shot, and Reimers with it. Fadeaway jumper in the paint goes. Destiny Reimers now with 13, and Alaska on a 5-0 run. And Clark. First one on Clark, second team foul on Alaska, and that evens them up with the Nighthawks in team fouls at 2. Boy, wide open 3 from the near side. Too strong. Reimers rips it down, and football passes that one up to Clark. Tristan Martin gets it. Tristan Martin hits a 3. You can see your mom down there smiling at the scorer's table. Looking for the cutter, not there. They kick it out. 3 ball on the way off the side of the iron. No good. And a rebound tapped around and put up. And good for Gabers. 5 in the quarter and 8 in the game. Last touched by the Nighthawks. Emily Freeman will handle. Well, she'll send Lomax over there. Freeman has to go into the backcourt to receive the pass. Martin. Boy, look at that. Splitting the defense and losing control a little bit. But, man, the speed of Shaughnessy Davis. Another 3 on the way. And no good. Reimers picks it up. Brings the defense all down on her. And Lomax finds Freeman, back to Lomax. And it'll stay Alaska ball as Janae Wells gets ready to check in for the Nighthawks. Chloe DeHaro heads back out. Nighthawks will be down in Anchorage on Saturday, taking on the Seawolves. And speaking of the Seawolves, the hockey team going to be here Friday and Saturday. Governor's Cup hockey. Whiteout weekend at the Carlson Center. Good ball movement now by the Nighthawks. 3 ball, no good. Reimers pulls it down, almost loses it in the backcourt. Gets it back from Lomax. Swings it down. Martin. That one in and out. May have been partially blocked. And Reimer's doing a good job there, poking that one away from Shaughnessy Davis. And Van Dyke will come in, and Tristan Martin will get a breather. Van Dyke back out with 2 personals. Destiny Reimers with 2 as well. Van Dyke looks to drive it in and draws the double team, leaves Clark open, and she scores. Bobby Clark coming over from the weak side. Makes it an 8-point Alaska lead. Nice job recovering as NNU, wow, coming in strong and scoring is Kendall Clark. 8 points for her. Lomax with Wells all over her. Again, they draw the double team, and Clark scores, and she'll go to the line. Bobby Clark will go to the free throw line for the and 1 attempt. 7 points in the game for her as Amelia Brady and Taylor Tijuana check in. But I think Brady's going to have to go back out. I think she's probably coming in for Clark, so she's going to have to wait for the free throw. And Danica Starr okay, so they say the foul was after the basket. Basket counts, but we will not have an and 1 coming up. So 36-28 will be your score. So officials say the foul was after the basket. Van Dyke challenges the defense, unable to finish. Just under 3 minutes to go. Wells almost loses the handle of it. Reimers. Nice strong move by Madeline Gabers. Gabers now with 7 here in the second quarter, 10 in the game. Man, body's hitting the floor. Boy, and you could see head coach Donovan telling someone to get on Gabers and scoring inside Kendall Clark. She's into double figures with 10. Van Dyke having a tough time with a dribble. She draws a triple team at the timeline, and Tijuana puts up a 3. And nice job by Amelia Brady. Gets the board and the basket. Puts Alaska back up by 6, under 2 minutes to go, first half. Three ball in and out. Brady's got to be careful as has it poked away from behind. And a held ball, and the possession arrow will stay NNU way as Tristan Martin will come in, and Reimers going to get a breather. She'll probably get a 20-second breather and bring her back in here for the final minute of the first half, unless they're going to keep her out with 2 fouls. And sometimes you get a little winded. That's easy to pick up that third foul. So the Nighthawks will have it on their baseline. 95 seconds remaining in the first half. Out at the free throw line, now at the point. Far side. Tijuana. Boy, got a step behind, and Gabers now putting together a solid game. She has got 12. Van Dyke. Nanook's got to get it across, and that's the 10-second violation in the backcourt. So that full court pressure does what it's designed for and forces the turnover as the Nanooks cannot get it across. In the 10-second time. 1:09 to go in the half. 4-point Nanook lead. Mentioned Governor's Cup hockey Friday and Saturday at the Carlson Center with the Seawolves coming to town with a 2-1 series lead in the best of 6. And inside and scoring is Davis with 4. Under a minute to go. Tijuana gets it to Jada Van Dyke, and she hangs on to it, drives baseline. Tristan Martin, a high arcing 3, and that one comes up empty. And quickly back come the Nighthawks. Looking to tie things up here, and they do. This Kendall Clark picks up point number 12 and ties things up at 38. 3-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Van Dyke going to survey things here. Hope she's watching the shot clock and not the game clock. Shot clock down to 5. Tijuana. 2 on the shot clock. They got to get it up there. Let's see if they're going to count it. And they say no. So the Nanooks, shot clock violation, basket does not count. Three. Oh, and it goes! Oh, my! Getting mobbed is Janae Wells. Hits a buzzer-beating half-court three-pointer to send the Nighthawks to the locker room, leading by 3. So, hey, good things happen when you put it up. And, boy, she hit that one and then got mobbed by her teammates. So they will go to their locker room leading here. 41-38. We'll take a quick timeout as well. We've got more Alaska Nanook basketball coming up.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Next up, please welcome Adeline Berry. Adeline is your Nanook swim team captain and is the co-president of the Nanook Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Adeline is a senior studying business administration and is a prolific volunteer for the Nanooks, the College of Business and Security Management, and the Fairbanks community. Her coach shares, Adeline is a hardworking, smart, and assertive student athlete. We can't think of anyone more deserving to receive this award. Let's give it up for Adeline Berry. And last tonight, but certainly not least, is Kyle Gaffney. Kyle is the assistant captain of your Nanooks men's hockey team. Kyle is a junior studying business administration. His coaches share that Kyle is an exceptional leader both on and off the ice. He possesses great hockey intelligence and competes just as hard without the puck as with it. He is someone who I trust in every situation. Along with all of his on-ice accolades, he is an exceptional
go get my phone.
All right, welcome back here to the Patty Center, the University of Alaska Fairbanks campus. Our first of a doubleheader Thursday evening with Alaska right now trailing by 3, and a 3-point shot from half court at the buzzer for the Nighthawks to go into the locker room as they break that tie. And boy, that one from the far side at half court, but it goes, and Northwest Nazarene now leading by 3. Taking a look at the scoring here. We'll start out with the visiting Nighthawks. 12 points for Madeline Gabers and 12 points for Kendall Clark to lead their squad. 6 points for Kate Clark in that first half. And then you've got Shaughnessy Davis and Sadie Clemens with 4 apiece. For the Nighthawks, hitting 50% from the floor, 19 out of 38 attempts. Just 2 out of 13 behind that three-point line for 15%, and they're 1 for 3 at the free throw line. Taking a look at reboundings here, 16-18 in favor of Alaska, so very close right there. You're scoring for the Nanoks Destiny Reimers, leading all Nanoks with 13. She had 11 in the first quarter. 7 points for Bobby Clark. 6 points for Miranda Lomax. Now the Nanoks led by 10 at the end of the first quarter, and then were outscored 28-15 in that second quarter. Some of the stats here for Alaska: 16 out of 29 for 55% from the floor. They're 3 out of 11 behind the three-point line for 27%, and they're 3 out of 7 at the free throw line, hitting just under 43%. So it's faculty appreciation game tonight. And then Saturday, we've got our pink rally and referee appreciation game. So wear pink, and we'll have the Breast Cancer Detection Center of Alaska here for the big pink rally game. Now, the ladies will play at noon on Saturday, and the men will follow that one at 2:15. And then we've got hockey. Mentioned Gov Cup hockey this weekend at the Carlson Center, and hard to believe that it's the final 3 home games of the season for Alaska. So you got Friday and Saturday this weekend, and then next Saturday, February 8th, we'll wrap up the Governor's Cup Series, which the Seawolves right now leading 2-1. Last game in Anchorage went to overtime, and the Seawolves win it in a shootout to take a 2-1 lead in the 6-game Governor's Cup Series. So Nanoks, they need to win these 2 at home. So if you're in the Fairbanks area, please come on out to the Carlson Center. Wear white. You could win a pair of round-trip tickets anywhere Alaska Airlines flies. They'll be doing a giveaway in the game on Friday night with their paper airplane toss. And then Saturday, they're doing something for the students where they could win a pair of round-trip tickets anywhere Alaska Airlines flies, including Costa Rica. Nanoks will get it to start the second half, trailing here by 3. Reimers at the free throw line. Oh, Brady on her fingertips gets inside and scores. Nice start for Alaska. Again, the Nanoks picking up their first win in the GNAC last week out on the road at Seattle Pacific. Seeing if they can make it 2 in a row. And they throw it away. So the Nanoks now with a chance to possibly regain the lead. Nanook men's game coming up after this one, taking on Simon Frazier. Reimers finds a wide open Brady, and her shot blocked. And boy, nobody in there to help out on the defense or to help out Brady off the miss, as the Nanooks kind of might have thought that was a sure 2 points. Getting inside and a little strong off the glass. The rebound, the putback, no good. Brady has a piece of it. Reimers had it, loses it, and scoring is Kendall Clark. She has got 14 now for the Nighthawks. Back to a 3-point NNU lead. Full court pressure. Nanooks break it easy, and they got a 3-on-1 opportunity now. Brady waits for everybody to catch up. Reimers with it. Looks to go to work. Backing her way in, puts it up, and that one just off the mark. Bo Brugman brings it down, looking to drive baseline and getting a step inside, and Amelia Brady getting a little bit of that one. Jada Van Dyke hangs on to it, and Lomax open on the near side, calls for it, gets it. Now she drives inside. Amelia Brady scores again. Amelia Brady all four in the third quarter to start out for Alaska as they jump out to a 4-0 run. And Brady comes up with a rebound. Oh, man. Gets it knocked out of her hands, and I think she was waiting for a foul call, but instead commits a foul on the backcourt. Well, they could have definitely called a foul on that one, as Brady has it hacked out of her hands, but instead the foul will go on Amelia Brady, and that is just her first. And going to the free throw line to shoot two is Kendall Clark. This is her first trip to the line. Clark with 14, leading scorer so far in the game. Hits the first. Kendall Clark and Kate Clark out of Melba, Idaho, both coming straight out of Melba High School to Northwest Nazarene, as the second one falls off. Lomax scores. Miranda Lomax with 8 points now. And boy, NNU looking to answer and count it. And back-to-back fouls on Amelia Brady. And I would have to imagine we'll see Bobby Clark here. So the and one coming up now for Kendall Clark. And it goes. Oh, excuse me, that was Kate Clark. Oh, and the steal and the score for Clark. Boy, 5 quick points right there for her, and a 5-point Nighthawk lead. Freeman with it, gives it up. Lomax thought about a three. Kicks it out. Freeman. Brady reaches over the top, gets the board. Unable to finish on the putback. Reimers has it knocked out of her hands. Triple teamed inside. Brady with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Comes up short. Tristan Martin will come in, and Jada Van Dyke will get a quick breather. Janae Wells. So give it up to Loy Wade. In and out of the fingertips of Kate Clark. And see if Alaska can benefit on that turnover. Lomax will clear everybody out. 3.5 gone here in the third quarter. Brady brings all the defenders in with her and draws the foul. She'll go back to the free throw line. She is 0 for 2. Her first trip was back in the first quarter, so see if she can even that up. Riley Edlifson, her first time in the game. I believe everybody now getting minutes here for the Nighthawks. And Brady's first one goes. 5 points in this third quarter, 9 in the game. Brady now 3 out of 4 at the line. Nice no-look pass up on top. They challenge Brady. They kick it back out. Davis looks to go to work, drives it in, and she is fouled by Emily Freeman, and we'll go back to the free throw line. That'll stop the clock. 6:02 to go, third quarter. 4-point NNU lead. First trip to the line for Davis. She's got 4 points in the game, and now will stay at 4 as that one bangs around inside the iron and out. Second one no good. Reimers gets it, and I think she is fouled on the rebound. Oh. And that's going to go on Loy Wade, I believe. I get that wrong there. I think that's going to go on Loy Wade. And that's going to be her second. 3 ball on the way, and that one off the side of the backboard. Man, Edlifson looks to push the pace. 3 ball is good for Shaughnessy Davis. Well, and we got Janae Wells all the way back down here in the backcourt. That's one of the training staff was getting ready to take a look at her, so she was down there as that whole play went on, something in the eye, so she's going to come out, and Chloe DeHaro will replace her. So Nanook training staff will come down to that end and attend to her. And looks like we're going to get a timeout here on the floor. They're going to check if it's going to be an injury timeout or a media timeout, and the officials will talk it over. So we'll take a timeout as well. 52-45, NNU on top.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we're back. So they were just taking a look at the backcourt play there as Shaughnessy Davis made her way down, and they said no foul on that play, just some incidental contact. So it'll be Alaska ball. Trailing now by 7. Driving the baseline, that cutoff by Davis out on top. Reimers feeds it in. Brady has her shot blocked. And here comes the Nighthawks, and again, just full speed ahead is Shaughnessy Davis. Six points for her, and now a 9-point NNU lead. And Davis picks up number 3. Third team foul on the Nighthawks, 3 for Alaska as well. Lomax with it. Lomax with 8 points in the game. Bobby Clark now in after that review. She'll put up the shot. Comes up short with a defender in her face. And great job by Miranda Lomax to strip that one away from Chloe DeHaro. And now we got a media timeout here, 54-45. We'll take another quick break.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we are back here. Media timeout on the floor. The Nighthawks 54, the Nanooks 45. Men's game coming up after this one with your Alaska Nanook men's team taking on Simon Fraser. The Red Leafs in town. We had their hockey team here a couple weeks ago. Should be a good one here with your Nanook men's basketball team. 9-9 overall, 5-4 in the GNAC. Simon Fraser coming in 6-13 and 2-7 in the GNAC, but looking to repay the home loss that the Nanooks gave them. They're in British Columbia. Just past the midway point of the third quarter and hanging on to it, and Lomax gets whistled for that. And that'll be her first, 4th team foul on Alaska, and it's a stripe for a pair. Madeline Gabers. Picks up point number 13. Second one coming up. Good as well. Boy, that half-court shot. That could possibly be one of those Sports Center top 10 plays. Na-na-na. And Lomax, looking to get in the highlight reel, hits a 3. She's in the double figures with 11. Cuts the lead down to 8. Martin holding her ground, but getting around her and scoring is Gabers. 4 points in this third quarter, 16 in the game, and Anna Nevison getting ready to check into the game for Alaska for her first time. Martin over to Van Dyke. Down low. defender bit on that one, and Emily Freeman takes a look over at the bench and gives a little mini flex as she hits a three. Boy, what a great job of getting the defender to bite and come flying by, and stays behind the three-point line and hits it. Boy, they challenge Martin again, and oh, no shot. Going to be foul on the floor, I believe. It's going to go on Tristan Martin. Second on her, and it was in the act of shooting. Simon Fraser players coming up out of the locker room. Going to watch some of this one as they get ready to take on the Alaska Nantucks. And boy, they have got some height on that team. First one no good by Riley Edlifson. Stays a 7-point game, and Nighthawks in the bonus. Shooting a double bonus. And good. Nantucks have done a great job handling this full court pressure. They got a little rattled in the second quarter with it, but have recovered well and been able to handle it. Van Dyke gets it across the timeline. Lomax thought about a three. Who dribbles into the double team and loses it. And fast break opportunity, and Nighthawks score. Give and go to Danica Starr, her first basket. Can Lomax chase it down? Reimers looking for some help. Bobby Clark gives it up. Lomax, Nevison. Reimers. Shot clock down to 5. Going to put it up high off the window. No good. And a 3-on-2 fast break opportunity. Hanging on to it all the way and off the glass. Too strong by DeHaro. And our trailing official will call a foul. And that is going to go on Chloe DeHaro, 5'9" freshman. Fourth team foul, first one on DeHaro. Boy, Nantucks got to hit those passes with a little more oomph on it here with that full court pressure. 10-point Nighthawk lead. Lomax logging some serious minutes in this one. Here's Reimers. Looking for some help. Someone's got to come help her out. Former Alaska Natick women's player, Zosha Krupa, watching down in Sitka. Probably not 20 below in Sitka. Saying that half-court shot was something else. And here Lomax comes up with a steal. Not going to force anything. Van Dyke wide open underneath. A little strong off the glass. And quickly back come the Nighthawks now under 2 minutes to go. 3 ball on the way. Short. Van Dyke pulls down a defensive rebound and just getting across is Nevison. Oh, that's a tough one there. Bounce pass it into traffic and turnover Alaska. Nighthawks will regroup as Tristan Martin heads over to the scorer's table. Clemens. Boy, hanging on to that one for a while. Back to Clemens. 7 on the shot clock. They work it inside. Reimers gets in there and disrupts it and ties it up, but it'll stay Nighthawk ball as Tristan Martin and Amelia Brady back in for Alaska, and Madeline Gabers. 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick 30 as well. 61-51, Nighthawks on top.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
All right, we're back. Flo Rida here for your halftime music. Got to see him this summer down in Anchorage. They wrap things up at the Matsu Brewing Company, and we're ready for summer. Just got back from Lake Havasu, Arizona, and even though it was only like 65 every day, we'll take it. And I missed all the rain here in Fairbanks. Man, they had 40 degrees and raining in January in Anchorage with some wild weather. It's been weird. And then as we watched our weather apps, it was like supposed to be 40 below, but thankfully, and knocking on wood, that didn't materialize. So it's supposed to warm back up for the weekend. First free throw for Wells is good. Second one is good. Someone else almost made like the seal sound, and I know the Nome High School team, they kind of do that. The Nome team is the Nanoks as well. Oh, and Reimers with the interception. And she scores. Reimers with good hands right there. Pulls down the interception. 10-point game. We're down to 35 seconds to go. And Martin able to get in front of that one. Reimers with Brady up ahead of her. About a 2-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Jada Van Dyke. Oh, boy, that was the money ball. Swirls in and out. Shot clock is off. We're down to 16 and counting. Nighthawks do not have to force anything here, leading by 10. Get another buzzer shot here, and that one good at the elbow by Wells. 65-53, Alaska unable to answer that one at the buzzer, so we'll take a break as well. Get ready for the fourth quarter.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we are back here as we get ready for the fourth quarter with the Nighthawks leading here by 12, 65-53. Destiny Reimers, your leading Nanook scorer with 15 points. She had 11 in the first quarter, just 2 in the second quarter, and 2 here in the third quarter. But still with 15 after coming off that 28-point performance out on the road as the Nanoks picked up their first GNAC win. 11 points for Miranda Lomax. Nanoks, though, outscoring NNU 15-14 in that third quarter. 15 points for Kendall Clark. And 16 for Madeline Gabers as well. And the Nanoks will start the fourth quarter with the ball. Need to go on a run and get some stops. Reimers has to reach out for that pass. Reimers, for a quick recovery on that defense by Kendall Clark. 7 Reimers, NBA 3, and that looked like it was partially blocked. And Nighthawks come up with it quickly into the hands of Wells. Actually, yeah, that was Wells. And boy, nice touch by her. She has got 9 now. It'll stay Nanook ball. Nobody in any kind of foul trouble. Amelia Brady, Destiny Reimers, and Jada Van Dyke all with 2 personals. 3 for Shaughnessy Davis for the Nighthawks. Van Dyke, as Alaska needs to start chipping away here. Reimers goes to work. Kate Clark with some good blocking out right there on Amelia Brady. At least a 6-inch height differential in favor of Amelia Brady. Boy, working her way inside and scoring. Loy Wade, that's her first basket. Three ball, another one may have been partially blocked. Off Brady's fingertips, Lomax saves it in, but right to the Nighthawks. Last touched by NNU, so Alaska will get it back. Davis and Brugman back in for NNU, now leading by 16. 4-0 start in this fourth quarter for the Nighthawks. Actually, I had that wrong. That third quarter was a 24-15 scoring differential in favor of the Nighthawks. Van Dyke earns that trip to the free throw line. And Loy Wade pick up her third. Davis will head to the bench. And Jada Van Dyke with 2 coming up. 2 team fouls now on the Nighthawks. None yet so far for Alaska. Van Dyke with 6. That's her first trip to the free throw line. Nanooks with 3 timeouts left, 2 for NNU. Van Dyke perfect at the stripe. Nanooks now going to have to start forcing some turnovers. And there they go. Reimers looking for some help, and she'll go for 3 and hit it. Destiny Reimers with 18. That's her first 3 in the game. An 11-point game. Oh, and Van Dyke right into the screen, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Loy Wade, and that's number 4 on her. And Kendall Clark will replace her. Kendall Clark back in with 15 points. Full court pressure, boy, has been the entire game for the Nighthawks. Reimers had a good look. Just a little off the mark, and back comes NNU. Reimers comes out on the ball handler. Boy, oh boy, she's just got hands going all over, and they're going to force another turnover. Martin with it. Gets it up ahead. Now Reimers Catch and shoot, and it doesn't go. Boy, as Van Dyke comes flying in. She hits the deck. Nice look by Destiny Reimers. Kate Clark and Chloe DeHaro back in for NNU. 6.5 to go in regulation. 11-point Nighthawk lead. Boy, getting past Martin. Oh, unable to finish. Martin ties it up, and we'll get a held ball, and that possession arrow will go Nighthawk way. Simon Frazier and the Alaska Natick men's basketball team coming up. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30. Making sure they got 20 on the shot clock. Kate Clark out on top. Back to Clark. Looking inside for Kendall Clark. Calling for it, not getting it to her. They'll send it out for a long three from the sideline. No good. Lomax all alone on the rebound. Reimers with Van Dyke ahead of her. Ooh, Reimers unable to finish. Again, pulling out everything out of the bag of tricks with a spin move on that one. DeHaro. Clark swings it over to Clemens. Clemens. Ooh, and a foul. Tristan Martin inside. And that's going to be 3 on her. That's just the first team foul on Alaska. And Lloyd Wade back in. Wade. Excuse me, that's Gabbers. Back in for NNU. Clemens challenges Martin, and Martin comes in and cleans up the rebound. Van Dyke up to Reimers. Reimers, another spin move, goes left hand and scores. Destiny Reimers now with 20. Tristan Martin working strong inside, ties it up again, and this time the possession arrow will favor the home team. 9-point Nighthawk lead, so Alaska now doing a good job getting it down into single digits. Oh, and then they throw it away. Those are the turnovers that hurt. Lomax, boy, right now she is looking tired, and Bobby Clark going to come in for Tristan Martin. Boy, I'm just looking over at Taylor Pilot. Boy, she was holding the ice pack on her head, so I don't know if that injury happened in practice or if it was still from that game. Oh, wow, and a turnover, and they score. Gabers now with 18. 11-point lead. Boy, Alaska's got to keep their composure here as we're. That'll help. Destiny Reimers. She's got 2 threes in the fourth quarter. 8 points in this quarter. And 23 in the game. Boy, this media timeout couldn't come at a better time as Alaska was looking tired as looks like Clark picks up the foul. So we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we're back here as the DJ is testing the bass here on the new sound system here at the Alaska Airlines Gymnasium. So I did get an update here on Taylor Pilot. So she did break her nose, I believe, at the last homestand. Look at Jeremy Pletnikoff down there, our official, shaking his head, enjoying a little dubstep here. But Taylor Pilot had to have surgery on her nose, so that's why. And it just she had the surgery yesterday. So, yeah, there we go. And I got an answer. So, yeah, surgery on her broken nose. So, still in recovery with that one. So, now that explains the ice pack and the fresh bandage. Boy, she is holding that right on her nose. .433 to go, regulation time. Nanook's again going to start needing to get some steals, some turnovers here. Clark got a piece of that one, and Van Dyke comes up with the rebound, and boy, she draws a triple team and hounded, and now we'll get a foul on the backcourt. That's going to go Sadie Clemens, her first, fourth team foul on the Nighthawks. So the next one, Nanook's will go to the double bonus. As one official comes over and talks to the scoreboard operator. 30 on the shot clock. Nanook ball. Reimers gets the defender to bite. Works inside. Clark, nowhere to go. Runs right into the defense. And Nighthawks will just wisely slow it down. And Destiny Reimers with a great recovery and comes up with a block. NNU will retain possession, though. Boy, nice look right there as Kate Clark gets into double digits with 10 points. Lead back to 10 points. Reimers goes all the way, and a blocking foul, and Destiny will go to the free throw line. And now that's the fifth team foul on the Nighthawks. So Alaska will be shooting the double bonus the rest of the way. But this is the shooting fouls coming up for Destiny Reimers. Kendall Clark picks up her first personal. Free throws are going to become big right now. Reimers now 1 out of 3 at the stripe. Looking to get that lead down to single digits, and in and out, no good. Rebound. NNU. And they throw it right away. And you can see head coach Steve Steele pointing to his head. Use your heads, ladies. Use your heads here with this 10-point lead with 3:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Lomax. 3:36 and counting. Clark. Lomax not working off that screen. Gives it up to Freeman. Back to Lomax. Van Dyke cuts baseline. Saves it into Reimers. Hot potato pass. Back to Freeman for 3. No good. Lomax picks it up. Kicks it out. Clark. Reimers. Three-pointer is good. Destiny Reimers hits the 3 in a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as Taylor Tijuana comes out and salutes Destiny Reimers. So a big 3 for Reimers. She has found the range here in the fourth quarter. She's got 3 threes in the fourth. 26 in the game, and that puts Alaska right back into things here. And so now 3:06 remaining. Nanooks with 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts remaining for the Nighthawks. Nighthawks with 5 team fouls. Alaska with just 2. So Alaska will be shooting the double bonus for the final 3:06. Little spark for Alaska right there by Destiny Reimers, looking to match that 28-point performance that she had at Seattle Pacific. Taylor Pilot, though, still ranks in the top 10 in the GNAC for assists per game, dishing out an average of 3.4. Second in the conference in steals per game, just under 3 steals per game, but not going to see her today. We'll have to see if she'll be good to go Saturday afternoon as Alaska will be taking on Central Washington, and the men will take on Western Washington Saturday. Big three for Madeline Gabers. Gabers now with 21. Puts that lead right back to 10. 2:40 and counting. Reimers. Wow, blocking it and able to hang on to it is Kendall Clark, and Reimers going to stay in the backcourt. Made him think about that pass back there. 2:22 and counting. NNU now going to use up as much of that clock as they can. And stepping out of bounds, Shaughnessy Davis. Emily Freeman back in as Bobby Clark heads over to the bench. Sadie Clemens returns for NNU, and Kate Clark will get a quick breather. Reimers with the defense all over her as we approach the 2-minute mark. Left here in the fourth quarter, and Reimers loses the dribble but able to pick it back up. Lomax. Nighthawks are definitely not going to make anything easy for Alaska right now as they are bringing the defense right into the face of Alaska. 8 on the shot clock. Van Dyke loses the handle. Last touched by the Nighthawks, and head coach Amy Donovan will take a timeout. It's a 30, so we'll take a quick 30-second as well.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we are back. Throwing it back to us here on the Alaskan Annex YouTube channel here. 10-point Nighthawk lead with 1:49 remaining in this one. So Alaska now going to have to start gambling here, going for some steals. They've got some fouls to give. They've just got 2 team fouls. So definitely going to have to apply some heavy pressure and start gambling a little bit as they need to go on a run. It'll be Alaska ball out of the timeout on their baseline. Pablo Cruz. Wow. Yacht rock night here at the Patty Center. Little tropical vibe going on with it being 20 below outside, but warming up coming into the weekend. And let's see here. They're going to have both teams kind of retreat back, and they're not doing a review as of yet. I think they're looking maybe at the official stats. Maybe they're just checking to see if the timeouts situation is correct. So I can't tell if they're looking at the review, but there's only just one official at the table, so I'm thinking they're just maybe checking timeouts possibly, but usually you might have your assistant coaches kind of over there. But one of the assistant coaches kind of watching intently from the Nighthawks bench as the conversation continues, and now they're going to talk to the scoreboard operator, and we'll see what they put back up there. So they are working on something at the scorer's table. Again, we got Alaska Nanook men's basketball coming up. Taking on Simon Fraser. Simon Fraser bringing some height to Fairbanks. And mentioned they were on the plane last night back from Seattle, the same flight I was on. And we see those guys walking down that plane. They are tall, but they are looking for a little payback here. So I believe everything on the scoreboard is right. The timeouts will remain the same. Score will stay the same. So 2 timeouts for the Nighthawks, 1 for Alaska, and it'll be Alaska ball on their baseline. Wow, that is a tough pass behind the backboard. Reimers puts up a quick 3, and that one no good. And again, now Alaska going to have to start going for some turnovers here. Reimers comes up with it, but hits the deck. And she rolls out of bounds, but she is hurt right now. And oh, so she's just having a cramp because she's laughing right now. So, yeah, we'll take that off her, but, oh, kind of fell down awkwardly. Oh, that's that. I believe a cramp here, but we're going to take a timeout as they attend to Destiny Reimers.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we're back. Destiny Reimer is able to walk it off right now. Thinks that she had cramped up, but she's walking awkwardly here with 1:34 to go. And boy, Alaska going to need her out there, so they'll get her quickly over to the table. And boy, at first it looked like she was laughing and then almost like grimacing, but possible cramp, I believe, the way that they were kind of attending to her. So she is going to lay down on the trainer's table, and they're going to go right to work on her. So when you can see her, I can't tell if she's crying or just laughing it off, but they're going to work on her. They're stretching out her ankle, so maybe a possible calf cramp or a strain there. But back to action. GNAC's going to have to go without Destiny Reimers as we are down to 1:17 and counting. 10 on the shot clock now for the Nighthawks. And getting past Clark, a little mismatch. And Davis scores and makes it a 12-point Nighthawk lead. Lomax. Nanook's going to have to start putting some shots up here quickly. And under a minute to go. Lomax double team. Someone needs to come help her. And Amy Donovan sees her point guard in trouble, and she will call her final timeout. And that'll stop the clock with 51.4 to go. And it's a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break as well.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we're back here with 51.4 to go, 12-point Nighthawk lead. Nanooks now out of timeouts. 2 remaining for Northwest Nazarene as Destiny Reimers off the trainer table on the bench now as assistant coach Milo Griffin talking to her. Well, you know, Destiny, if she could be out there, she would be. So I don't know if she's going to be able to get back out in this one. Your leading scorer right now for Alaska. Clark hands it off. Van Dyke. Again, Nanook's going to have to start putting up some shot. Freeman loses the ball, didn't know where it was, and the Nighthawks will find it. And the Nanooks now with fouls to give are going to have to really start stopping that clock. That's just the third team foul on Alaska. And Emily Freeman picks up her second. So Reimers doesn't look like she's going to get back into the game. Hopefully she'll be okay for Saturday's game, and hopefully Taylor Pilot will be able to go after having surgery on her broken nose. And the Nanooks with another foul, and that's number 3 on Jada Van Dyke, so that's their 4th team foul. Next one will put the Nighthawks in the double bonus. Lomax picks up number 2, and now NNU will go to the free throw line to shoot the double bonus with 31.3 to go. Sadie Clemens at the line, first time for her at the stripe. No good. And the second one, no good. Martin comes in and gets the board, and Alaska going to have to push things right now. Tristan Martin loses the handle, and the Nighthawks come up with the steal. Shot clock is off. We are down to our final 18, and Tristan Martin with the foul, and we'll go to the free throw line again. So Destiny Reimer is going to end up with 26 points to lead the Nanooks. Madeline Gabers with 21 for the Nighthawks. Wells hits the first, and she has got 10. It's a 13-point game. And second one good. Kendall Clark going to finish up with 15. Tristan Martin scores. 5 points for her in the game. And they will just dribble this one out here in the backcourt. So the Nighthawks will hang on and pick up the 80-68 victory over here of the Alaska Nanook women's basketball team. And that will put the Nanooks now at 6-12 and 1-9 in the GNAC for Northwest Nazarene. They'll go to 13-6 and 7-3 in the GNAC. So that will wrap it up for our first game. We've got tip-off coming up here at 7:30 for your Alaska Nanook men's basketball team. So thanks for tuning in for this one. Join us for our second one coming up at 7:30. Have a great night, everybody.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.